Hi everyone, this is Inspire Beautiful. The world feels harsher than it used to. Conversations escalate faster. People are quicker to judge. Kindness can feel rare, almost risky. And if you're someone who values compassion, you may have quietly wondered, do I have to become harder to just survive this? Let me say this gently. Kindness is not weakness, and strength does not require harshness. In this episode, we're talking about how to stay kind without becoming small, how to protect your peace without losing your softness, and why steady kindness might be the strongest position you can take now. There's a difference between being kind and being compliant. There is a difference between having a soft heart and having weak boundaries. And in a world that feels louder, sharper, and more reactive than ever, that distinction matters. Because many of us are tired of the harsh tone, tired of the constant outrage, and tired of conversations that feel like battles instead of bridges. The world feels hard, and when the world feels hard, we are often tempted to harden with it. But here's the truth. Kindness is not weakness. It is strength under control. Kindness begins with self. Before we talk about how we treat others, we have to start here. Are you kind yourself? Not indulgent, not avoidant, but kind. Do you speak to yourself with respect, or do you rehearse criticism in your own mind? Self-kindness is not pretending everything is fine. It is acknowledging difficulty without shaming yourself for it. It sounds like, I'm learning. I didn't know then what I know now. I am allowed to grow. In a hard world, self-kindness becomes emotional stability. It regulates your nervous system. It keeps you from absorbing every sharp word as truth. It reminds you that you do not need to punish yourself for being human. Spiritual kindness is composure. Spiritual kindness is not about being passive. It's about being anchored. It is choosing your tone when the room loses theirs. It is refusing to mirror disrespect. It is understanding that you do not have to participate in every argument you are invited to. Composure is spiritual strength. It says, I can disagree without demeaning. I can correct without humiliating. And I can walk away without exploding. That is power. Kindness does not mean access. This is important. Kindness does not mean everyone gets access to you. Kindness does not mean tolerating disrespect. Kindness does not mean you abandon your standards. You can be kind and still say no. You can be kind and still set boundaries. You can be kind and still remove yourself from environments that erode your peace. Respect begins in how you treat yourself. When you respect yourself, your kindness becomes intentional, not obligatory. The world has become reactive. It is easy right now to feel defensive, to anticipate criticism, and to expect harshness. But if we allow the climate of the world to determine our character, we lose something sacred. The goal is not to become hardened. The goal is to become steady. Steady people change rooms. They lower emotional temperature. They create safety. They model maturity. And that is influence. Kindness is a choice, not a personality trait. Some people are naturally warm, but this episode isn't about personality. It's about discipline. Kindness is a decision. It is choosing dignity when it would be easier to retaliate. It is choosing grace when you have every reason to justify sharpness. It is choosing restraint because your integrity matters more than the moment. That is strength. When the world feels mean, you do not have to shrink. You do not have to become invisible. You do not have to tolerate disrespect in the name of being nice. But you also do not have to let harshness shape your spirit. You can be firm, grounded, clear, boundaried, and still kind. Let the world choose its tone. You choose your spirit. Because true strength is not found in how loudly you react, but in how steadily you respond. And in a hard world, steady kindness is revolutionary. Inspire beautiful. Thanks for listening.